Hello there, my name is Anthony Barocas of AIBA Communications, and today I'm going to talk to you about something that we all deal with. Anyone who has gear deals with this. It's how do you store and pack your gear. As producers, we deal with a lot of little pieces of gear, and the best way to transport that gear is in bags. So today I'm going to be talking about the bags that I have been using for many years. In fact, this is not a sponsored video. I have not been given any product to show here. I am literally only going to show you the bags that I have owned for over 5 years or more and have been using regularly. And these are all BUBM bags. I get these on Amazon, and we'll put the link in the description. But it was a question that came up in a forum, and somebody asked, how can I carry my YOLO Box Pro? And I was like, I carry mine in a BUBM bag. Doesn't everybody? So I wanted to share several of my bags that I use here and show you how they work for me and how they can work for you. Switching to my overhead, this is the mid-size bag. I get these in a 3-pack, so there's the mid-size, the full size, and this little bag. And when you get them, they all come like nested up in one, bag. And here you can see them from the front. They all got handles on them. Excuse me. And one zipper, and the big one's got 2 zippers. So let's go back to the mid-size, and I had just come back. I literally have just come back from a trip, and I went to Hawaii, and I was like, I need to bring my YOLO Box Pro, and I need a bag to keep it so it doesn't get banged up. And it's actually in this bag, along with a camera and power cables and video cables and more are all in this bag. So let's look how I've got this set up. Like I said, it's one zipper. Zippers have always worked very well for me. And what I've got here is, you can see the YOLO Box Pro. I've got a bunch of cables in here. And over here I have a webcam. And the YOLO Box will power a webcam out of the USB cable. So this was actually one of the cameras I used, powered by the YOLO Box. So I didn't even need another power supply, and I just aimed this at me, and that's how that was. Right here I have a small 3-amp power supply. It says it'll do 3 amps out of here and out of here, but it really only does 3 amps out of one of them, not both of them. But it's very compact and fits in this case very nicely. It's not a big lump. If I needed more outputs, I would bring this one, which gives me 3 amps out of multiple outputs. At least 3 of them I've used. Actually, that's what's powering the YOLO Box that I'm recording this one with, which is right over there. So that is being powered by one of these. This is in another video that I've done. But this one is nice in the little pack. And then I've got 2 HDMI cables here, and the red one is a power cable for an iPhone, so that I am able to power the iPhone. Here it is. Power the iPhone, and I used an iPhone adapter, and that gave me HDMI out, which was actually run into here, and that was my second camera. So actually that was my primary camera. This one was my secondary camera. And then right here you can see the YOLO Box Pro fits in here. It's nice and snug, but it still has a little bit of extra room on the top and bottom here for me to store those extra pieces. Put that over there, put this over here, put my extra cables on top. And one of the reasons I store this face down, because it's padded on all sides, is because there's a zipper up here, and the zipper is not really a problem, and they put padding on, a little bit of plastic on here, but it's this metal piece right here that would be poking directly into the screen. I mean, I've got cables and everything, but I just don't want my screen facing up into that zipper or anything I might have in this pocket. And so that way, just do this, and it's ready to go. So that's the mid-size bag. And if you happen to have the YOLO Box Mini, it fits in the small bag. very nicely. It actually, there's a lot of, you can put 2 of them in here. It's so big. These bags come with various dividers and stuff like that. I've taken them out in most cases, but I have them in one of the larger cases. You can see the different branding, because this is the new bag. This was the new bag with the gray. This is an older bag with the more colorful branding in here. I've had these for about 5 years, but like that. And this way I don't have to worry about it getting banged on the screen and everything. Like I says, I don't face the screen into the zipper. I face it down into the padding that's on the bottom. And that's how I use the small bag. And again, I've used all different types of streaming production, and I'm using the YOLO Box today to produce the show. I traveled with the YOLO Box to Hawaii and produced a show from there with multiple cameras. And given that this is my entire streaming production kit, it's very easy to travel with. But that's not the only kit I use. In here, this is, you can't really see it because I've got the green screen on, but let's go overhead. This is my Mevo kit. And this is the large bag. And again, this is the older one, so it's got the big branded zippers and everything like that, as opposed to the new one, which has, kind of more subtle branding. This is a big and bold here. And open this one up, and you can see up here, I've got in the pocket, I've got various USB-C to A adapters. I've got business cards, and it's got little pockets up here and elastic that you can put other stuff in. And then down here I have cables for 4 Mevo starts, power cables, long ones, and I have 4 Mevo starts with the dividers. Now I can't say all of these dividers came with this case, although they seem to color match, because I have moved dividers from case to case to case depending on how I needed them to work. So if you get the large case, it may not come with 2 of these. It may only come with 1 of these. I'm not sure. I leave that up to you. So I've got 4 Mevos, and then also in here I have these batteries that I've set up to hang on a tripod, and then the power comes out the bottom so that I can go from USB-A to USB-C with the cables that come with the Mevo, and I can power the Mevo for a good 6 hours solid. And I use these via NDI for a rock concert, all 4 of these on stage with little microphone adapters to the bottom of the Mevo start, and they worked beautifully. I've also 3D printed at my local library from Thingiverse. They've got this adapter, so it's got this little cutout, which is for here, so that you can slide this over, and you see how it would fit around there. Although it's very, very snug, and then I've been told I have to sand out the inside a little bit to get it to fit nicer without being so tight. But this lets you to put a microphone on top here, a microphone here, a microphone here, or a light on top and a microphone on the side, and then that way you get more directional sound as opposed to the microphones on top. And then also I have in here 2 AC power adapters for when I want to go in that direction, and all of this fits very nicely in the large case that I've got. I just sit it on the shelf just like this, so when I want the Mevos, I know where they're at. They stay in this case. That is not the only thing I keep in these cases. I have one of these divider cases. Now, these come in a 3-pack. They also come in a 4-pack, but the 4-pack is designed such that when you open the top, there's another layer in here for additional cables and stuff. That could be useful if that's what you want to do and keep more accessories and cables and everything with each device. You could go that direction. They also have clear tops, which I don't particularly like because there's no padding on that side. Right now it's padded on all sides. If you go with the clear top, it's just a piece of vinyl, so you can see what's in each case, but that's why I've got them labeled. This case, also a BUBM case, I have had for at least 5 years. And on Amazon, I do see it is still available, pretty much like this one. I will put the link in the description if you like these cases. This I used primarily when I was using Switcher Studio as my streaming kit, and this was the accessory pack that made Switcher Studio functional on various locations. This was the Go kit, and in this kit there's the front with the logo, and then the back. The back, the way they sell this thing is like a tablet case. So there's this big tablet pocket here that I used for long Android cables. I think there's 2 of them in here. And then down here I have iPhone cables, actually multiple device cables. So these cables all plug into batteries. I have 3 identical batteries. One is currently in use somewhere else. And these are, again, designed to hang on a tripod adjustment. And they have 2 outputs, one for the iPhone and one for the pan tilt head that the iPhone is sitting in, whether it be a motor or whether it be a DJI gimbal. This powers both the phone and the gimbal, so I can get much longer than 1 hour out of the phone. So you can see here I've got the right angle phone, and then I've got an Android for the gimbal. And there's a bunch of those in here, little lens cleaning cloth, and this sits on the cable and power side of this case. And then on the other side I have, actually I'm going to rotate this, I have all of my accessories. Primarily when I go to a location and Wi-Fi doesn't work, Switcher Studio normally works via Wi-Fi. When Wi-Fi doesn't work, I will use my Lightning to USB and then Apple USB to Ethernet. So this gets me on a wire that I can then wire up my multiple devices and have a reliable connection when RF simply does not work. And that I had to do that at the NAB Expo when I did Switcher Studio production there. I have Ethernet cables, Ethernet extenders. I usually have a power adapter in here. Over here I have Lightning to HDMI, which is, I just used that in Hawaii, I put it back in here. I have Lightning to audio adapter. I have Lightning to VGA, because at one point I needed to do that. I have a Lightning extender, HDMI cable, and then, interestingly enough, I have HDMI to USB-C. Mini micro USB. So this was the on-the-go adapter for a Samsung phone. You plug this in here and HDMI would come out. They've been doing that for quite some time, and have not yet got one that works with my, or that I've used for my new USB-C phone. And we'll see if iPhones move to USB-C, and then I need to get a whole new set of adapters. So this is my very colorful case. And the other nice thing is about this case is, in my black case of gear with the other dark bags of stuff, this thing really stands out, and it makes it easy if I'm working with an assistant, say, go get the Gadget Bag. And this is the Gadget Bag. You know, once we know what the Gadget Bag is, it's easy to find because it's so bright and shiny. And I really do like that in terms of not everything in AV gear has to be black. You know, it's like having these in blue. I think they actually came in a red as well, and that will probably be my next purchase, just so I can differentiate what gear is what. You know, I can have audio in red, I can have video in blue, I can have streaming in black and things like that. And color coding things is also very nice as well. While these have a nice grippy handle, this does not. It actually came with like a little strap that I took off and threw away because I was like, I'm never going to use that. I'm never going to dangle it from my wrist or anything like that. But it doesn't have a handle, which would have been nice, but that's the way it is. Anyway, again, this is not sponsored by BUBM. I am just very happy with their products. I have been using their products for well over 5 years. I have paid for everything here out of my own pocket and used it for years before ever deciding to do a video for them, just because I have found it useful, and people have asked, how can I carry my YOLO Box Pro? How can I carry my Mevo Starts? And I'm like, I'm already carrying these things in padded bags, and I felt, hey, you know, it may be time to let people know how I carry these things and the YOLO Box Mini and accessories, and it makes it super easy to toss those things in a Pelican case or a rolling luggage case and just go. My name is Anthony Barogas for IEBA Communications. Thanks for watching.